Yes, it's time for our listeners to ask us some questions. I put the call out on Facebook each week, and I picked one this week from Chris Lacey, and it's a good one. It's good. It's not as philosophical as last week's question about God and such. Chris asks, "What is the best way to dispose of a corpse?" Quite fitting, really, with the untimely death of Peter Sutcliffe. But how would you dispose of a corpse, Seddon?
I had a sort of subset question to this of going, are we talking about how we dispose of a corpse if we've done a little bit of murdery? Or are we talking about like disposing of one, like say if it was a loved one and we didn't really fancy paying for a funeral? I didn't know which level we're going at, because I think if it was murder, I don't think this is necessarily brilliant, but I still fancy the like kind of burying him in the middle of nowhere theory. Because there's loads of middle of nowheres, isn't there? And I'm sure people don't know. I'm sure there's bodies all over the place, like in woods and stuff like that. And all you need to do is do a bit of digging. And it always looks quite cool when they're doing it in the movies. So yeah, I think I'd go like that. I mean, it does, I guess, open you up to being cool if it is based off of a murder. But I don't know, it always looks good in the movies. So I'd go with that. But I did foolishly do a little bit of body disposal research before the podcast, and I found an amazing thing called a sky burial, which is a legal method to dispose of a body, and I'd never heard of it, but apparently it's big in Tibet apparently, and you just take the body up to a mountain and you leave it there, and then birds of prey will come and eat it, and it's considered a perfectly acceptable legal way to get rid of a body.
It's like fly tipping.
Yeah. Because, they say, well, no one's really up there. You're not causing anything unsanitary, and the birds will have it away quick smart. Okay. So yeah. But I didn't know, there's no mountains near me, and I didn't know about that when I was first thinking about it. So yeah, I'm burying him in the woods, but I'm gonna look into sky burial a little bit more.
Mid, put much thought into this?
Probably pigs, isn't it?
That's a good shout. That is a good shout.
Mr. Wu from Deadwood, he was notorious for disposing of bodies, wasn't he?
Not that I've thought about people that I would feed to the pigs when I do eventually get around to killing them. But.
Yeah, see, I'd go a different tact. I think I wouldn't want to hide it. I'd celebrate it. I'd get them stuffed.
Put them in your living room.
Chuck them on the couch. Pose them in, I don't know, whatever pose you want.
I did see a documentary on BBC One years ago, and I can't for the life of me remember who's doing it. I don't think it was like a Louis Theroux, but it was about people who do that. Like, surprisingly enough, it was a lot of people in America doing this, but they'd have the body stuff so that they could be at their own funeral. And one of them had done a kind of Vegas casino night, and the dead dude was just sitting at the poker table with a hand in front of him, and everyone was just playing like casino games around him. It was amazing.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
I don't know what the logistics are. Whether I guess you'd have to be embalmed and all that, but because you wouldn't want to start decomposing. But yeah, I'd go stuffage. Certainly a route I've considered for my cat. Because I'd like to have them stuffed and put on the sofa.
All right, I've got a follow-up question because you're the only person married on here. So, right, say Amanda passed unexpectedly. You had nothing to do with it. Would you have her stuffed and put on the couch? Because wouldn't that be really awkward when you got the future Mrs. Garrard round? And if you did, would you kind of turn her head away?
I'd use it as an aid. I'd never thought about it in that much depth, to be honest. But yeah, I'm still thinking stuffing is the way to go. Because you could then, there's like comedic value as well, like Weekend at Bernie's style.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I'll probably just shout it anyway, even if I did have a partner. Stuff still come back in from work. There's no dinner on the table. What the fuck are you doing? Fucking dinner on the table. Shouting at a stuffed
You've
corpse.
done nothing. You've done absolutely nothing. Just sat on this couch all day.
Quite literally, yes. So yeah, I hope Chris. Hopefully, we've answered your question. Let us know how you would dispose of a corpse. I do hope you weren't asking for for tips. To be honest,
and I guess anyone else on the Facebook group, if they want to give us some corpse disposal advice, then feel free.